Katha Upanishad, to tell us what we need to study, and what is the preparation, how many shlokas ideally you should maybe read, whatever you expect in terms of preparation, if you can tell us going forward.
Yeah, sure. So shall we start, or you want us to wait
We
for
can,
1 or 2 minutes?
we can start. Swami. We can start. Most of the people who are just
Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Harihi Om. Dear devotees, so if you remember, in the last few classes, we tried to discuss Manisha Panchakam. In the Manisha Panchakam, the 4 verses, it is regarding the 4 Mahavakyas, and the 5th verse, it was the conclusion of the teachings. So after discussing the Manisha Panchakam, now we are entering into the discussion once more Upanishad. Earlier, if you remember, we had, I think, did Mundaka Upanishad. Now, one more Upanishad, we are doing it, the discussion, Katha Upanishad. Katha Upanishad is very beautiful Upanishad, and it is often quoted by Swami Vivekananda, and which was very dear to him. Now, today probably I will give just an introduction to Upanishad actually. So, and maybe peace chant, Sahana Vavatu I will be discussing. So, the next, actually starting the verses will be from the next class. Now, Upanishad is part of Vedas, we all know that. So in the introduction to Upanishad, Katha Upanishad especially, Shankaracharya beautifully discusses what is Veda. He tells very clearly, Veda means we do not mean any book. Because if you go and see in any library or bookstall, you ask, can you give me a book on Rig Veda? There'll be 4 volumes or 5 volumes, voluminous, each can be used as a pillow. Such a huge book. So when we say Veda, Shankaracharya very clearly mentions in his commentary that when we say Veda, we do not mean book. Okay, then what do we mean Veda means? Veda means it is treasure house of wisdom. Veda comes from the root of vid, that is to know or the knowledge. So Veda is nothing but the collection of or recording of the wisdom revealed to different rishis. So that's the reason it is Apaurusheya. Apaurusheya means it is not written by any individual person. Like Raghuvamsha. Who has written? We all know that Kalidasa has written Raghuvamsha. Then Kumaravasa Bharata. If you ask who knows from Karnataka, they will be knowing that it is penned by the poet by Kumaravasa. Or like Merchant of Venice. Who has written? Shakespeare. So like this, every book or the daffodils, if you say it is a Wordsworth. And if you say Puranas, it is penned by Vedavyasa. So there is an author, one who has written this, composed either poem or a novel or a fiction or a drama, whatever so. Now who has written Vedas? If you ask, no one. So that's why it is Apaurusheya, means it is not been authored by one person or collection. Like in a book, there can be collection of articles. There are few authors, then there may be editor who has edited the articles, who has collected all the articles, and who has worked to bring the book. So in that way, no one has worked on the Vedas, actually speaking. So then we study mantras and what are the things are there, fine. Then how it came into existence, or how did we get this? So it is nothing but when the rishis, when having a simple living and high thinking, with a disciplined life, in searching after truth, in searching after the higher values, higher truths, when they were searching and when they were meditating, contemplating, so it was revealed for them. Who revealed? So it is God revealed them. Our universal self Supreme Self revealed them. So it is the revelatory text. And interestingly, if you see, every religion claims this. If you see in the Bible was revealed to the Moses or the Jesus. Quran was was revealed to the Muhammad. And at versification, four. One is Samhana, third is Aranyaka, and the fourth is Upanishad. So there are many discussions that Buddha denied the Vedas. And so many saints and so many philosophers in India, they have denied the Vedas. So should we deny the Veda? Should we accept the Vedas? This is one question can come in our minds. And in the present given point of time, we have traveled very far. Vedas are 10,000, 15,000 years old, if not, because the traditional people, they take it still further back. At least 10 to 5,000, 15,000 years has been accepted now. So that old Vedas, is it relevant even today? 5 or 6 years before, or maybe 10 years before, mobile is not possible. Nokia, the basic mobile we purchased, it is no more, it can be used. The spare parts are not available. So similarly, just 10 years before, 15 years before old mobile can be obsolete, then thousands of years before Veda, is it relevant even today? Are we not just holding on to the tradition, or are they relevant? This can be a second question. The third question is, well, Vedas are in Sanskrit, that is meant for some doing yagnas, and it is just meant for priests or Brahmins. This can be one more argument or understanding. So none of them are actually incomplete in nature. So when you say Samhita, what is there? Samhita is nothing but praises and the prayers from the rishis for the celestial beings, gods and goddesses with small g. So they are praying for Indra, they are praying for Varuna, Rudra, Shashanka, Ashwini Devatas to give enough materialistic prosperity, to have good progeny, to have a wealth, and to be free from all the obstacles, difficulties, whatever. So basically, materialistic prosperity. Now, who doesn't want at this given point of time, even today in this advanced age, so-called in the AI age, who doesn't want the materialistic prosperity? We all want, we all wish, we all desire materialistic prosperity. That means the Vedas are relevant even today. So when the Samhita Bhaga, they're all praises or the prayers for the god to fulfill their prayers. And the Brahmana is the rules how to perform yajna, what are the ingredients we have to use, and how one should build the Vedi, that is yajna Vedi, the sacrificial fire altar, how it should be built, what are the things we should use, how to use all these rules and regulations with pertaining to the yajna are there. Then Aranyaka, so whether Buddha denied the Veda, whether XYZ philosopher denied the Veda or whatever, the question might come. Here, our Vedic rishis themselves, they have negated. So one who has led the intense active life, desiring for materialistic prosperity, so ethically, morally, he strived hard to fulfill his desires. While trying to fulfill, he experienced the dualities, good, bad, right, wrong, happiness, misery, all these things. After some point of time, some point of time means maybe few years, few decades, few lives, the same refined personality, refined mind started thinking, okay, I'm working hard, I got materialistic prosperity or materialistic desires, worldly desires, I fulfilled it, no doubt, but is there any end? So I am doing this and again dying, again starting taking birth and again accumulating, enjoying, maintaining and struggling, suffering. So I have tossed between all these dualities. And sometimes this work is also can be drudgery or can be very heavy on us. So is there any way to reduce them? So that's where they started thinking and they started contemplating or meditating. they started internalizing the yagnas in the form of vidyas. Dhara Vidya, Bhuma Vidya, we all speak in the Upanishads, which are nothing but the part of Aranyaka. So from intense active life, they started developing themselves or traveling themselves, translating themselves into contemplative life, meditative life. So they are not much obsessed with the materialistic prosperity. Their mind is bit calm, more calmer, and they are internalizing all the actions. Even in Aranyakas, we can see Ashwamedha Yaga, which is done by the king. Lot of rupee, money is involved, people are involved, all these things. Even that can be internalized and that can be meditated without having any dravya, that is the wealth. So imagining the body, different parts of the body as Ashwamedha Yaga things, and one can meditate. To such extent, they internalized it. Then afterwards, so they have done enough work, enough active life they led, enough meditation they have done. That means they have got purified mind with the emotional stability. Purified mind with emotional stability, with such a refined, cultivated mind, they started thinking, analytical thinking or rational thinking. What is that? Who am I? So what is the secrecy behind this life and death? Who has created this world? Who has created this me? Before death, was I existing? If so, in what form? After death, will I survive the death? If so, what form? Where will I go? All these philosophical questions started thinking and discussing, and question answers, dialogue form. All these things we can see in the Upanishads. Now, if you see, if you see the humankind in entirety, we fit ourselves in any one part of it. Some are interested in materialistic prosperity. Yes, they have to work. They have to work. They have to get money. They have to get power and position, name and fame, enjoy, experience, and face all the dualities. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. All these ups and downs happens. Then slowly we'll start understanding what is the worth of all these materialistic pursuits. Then when we really understand and when we really get convinced, then we go further. Till then, how much ever we read, how much ever we think, how much ever we try, we cannot leave the world. We cannot leave the world means what? Worldliness cannot be left by our mind. We can't develop detachment. It will be forceful, but it will not be natural. So this Vedas, the four parts, gives the natural evolution of a human mind or a humanity or human being. So because Upanishads has been given from us, from our rishis, they never denied or they didn't deny the lower portion. Because I have reached the ultimate thinking, no doubt, but everyone has not reached. So for that's the reason, every step of the progress they retained. Unfortunately, people they didn't understand and simply they criticize the Vedas or the Vedic rituals or whatever. And apart from that, in yagna means yaga means yes, doing homa and using different objects, and we are offering to the Agni and all these things, fine. That is a one meaning of the yagna. Yagna means what? It is nothing but contributor personality. That's why Pancha Yagnas has been given from our rishis. So it is what means because I am living in the society, I should be a contributor personality, not the parasite. So give and take, live and let live. This is the Vedic philosophy. But unfortunately, we are not able to understand the Veda and the Vedic philosophy, the Vedic wisdom in a proper sense, and we keep on criticizing it, unfortunately. Okay. So having said this, Katha Upanishad, as you all know that it is a part of the Upanishads, one of the major Upanishads. Now, what is Upanishad, Upanishad, all these things I think in the Mundaka Upanishad I have discussed all that. So hence I will not be discussing the, what is Upanishad. If you are interested, let me know, then I can probably can take in the next class. Otherwise, we will be going to the introduction to the Upanishads, sorry, Katha Upanishad. Now, this Katha Upanishad is one of the major Upanishads. So we have got 10 major Upanishads. So that is Isha, Kena, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Katha, Aitariya, Taitariya, Brodharnyaka, Chandogya. So these are considered as 10 major Upanishads, and there are 8 minor Upanishads. So these 18, if you read, you will get the entire understanding. And apart from that, traditionally we have 18 Upanishads, 108 Upanishads. So that is the entire essence of the Vedic wisdom, they say. So is that only 108 Upanishads? No, we have got 1180 Upanishads. We have got 1180 Upanishads, but if you study 108 Upanishads, it covers the entire thing. Because the others are either repetition or only it is expressing in a different way. Now the question might come, why only 1180 Upanishads? If you ask, because our Vedas had a, 1180 shakas. Shakas means branches. So Rigveda had few hundred, Yajurveda, maximum was Yajurveda. Yajurveda had maybe 500 or 800, and some of Samaveda, Atharvana Veda. Unfortunately, because of the invasions, and we didn't teach to the common people, we didn't teach to the others, or it was only kept for few people, for whatever the reasons may be. And because of the death of extinct of particular race means particular gotra, particular families, or particular peoples living in the particular geographical area, because of natural calamities or war or whatever it may be. So many shakas have got extinct. Unfortunately, now we are having only 8 to 10 shakas alone. So 1080 shakas were there. That's the reason every shaka had one Upanishad. We have got 1180 Upanishads. But now 108 Upanishads are taken as traditionally accepted. And if you read 108 Upanishads, it is more than enough. Complete it is in itself. And if you read 10 major and 8 minor Upanishads, then it gives the overall information, and we can definitely experience, we can know the complete philosophy of the Vedas or the Upanishads, you can say. And this Katha Upanishad is a part of Yajurveda. And in the Yajurveda, Krishna Yajurveda, because in the Yajurveda, there are two. One is Krishna Yajurveda, the other is Shukla Yajurveda. So this Katha Upanishad is from the Krishna Yajurveda. And in Krishna Yajurveda, that is called Kataka Shaka. The branch name is called Kataka Shaka. So because it is branch of Kataka Shaka, that's why it is also called Kataka Upanishad. It is Kataka Upanishad. Now, and if you see the Upanishad, the style is, it is in the form of conversations or a dialogue, or much more is question and answer form. So it is not a faith-based scripture, it is a reason-based scripture. Because I am saying so, you have to accept, you have to believe, and you have to follow. That's what the Semitic religions say. You have to accept it, that's it. No questioning much, not much actually. But if you see in the Upanishads, it is not so. Because I am saying so, you have to accept no. Okay, you have asked a question. I am giving my experience. I am narrating my experience, narrating my understanding, which has been heard by my guru. I have heard from my guru, and I have experienced also. If I have experienced or I have heard from my guru, I am telling you. I am narrating to you. If you feel so, okay. Otherwise, yourself you can make an experiment with this. If you feel yes, there is a right in that is right, then you can accept. Otherwise, you need not to accept. That much freedom has been given for us from our Vedic seers or our gurus. That is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma or wisdom. If you see in the Katha Upanishad itself, the guru is Yama, the lord of death. And who is a disciple? Just 8 years, young chap, Nachiketa. So 8 years, around 7 or 8 years, young chap, maybe 8 or 9 years you can say, or maybe 10 years at the most. So 8 to 10 years, young chap is discussing the Brahmagnana, he is desiring about Brahmagnana. And if you see in the Prashna Upanishad, Pipalada was guru and 6 students were there. And in the Mundakopanishad, if you see, Angirasa is Guru, Shaunaka, I hope you remember, Angirasa was Guru and Shaunaka was disciple, or his disciple. In Chandogya Upanishad and Brudanya Upanishad, there are many people, because it is a big Upanishad, so there are quite a few Rishis as a gurus and few disciples. We can remember Sanat Kumar and Narada. Now, the question one might come, okay, why should we study Upanishad? If you ask, why should we study Upanishad? Because the Upanishad, the Shabda Pramana, the verbal testimony, is the only available source as the instrument of right knowledge, Prama, which we say, instrument of right knowledge to understand these things. Without this Upanishads, Shabda Pramana, that is the revelatory text, or the recorded experience of the Rishis, without this, there is no other way to understand who am I, or I am that Brahman, or about Brahman or consciousness. There is no other way. That is the reason Shabda Pramana alone is capable of explaining for us about who is God, who am I, or what is the nature of the world, and who created it, etc. And our intellectual process, how it happens. It starts from Viparyaya. Viparyaya means it is a limited thinking, or rather wrong thinking. When we become old, especially, we say that, oh, I thought my life will be good. As a result, I started accumulating money, I started doing this, I started doing that. So when we are when we were children, our important priorities were different. And when we come to young age, 25, 28, 30, our priorities will be different. Then we come to middle age. Whatever I thought power, position, name, fame, money were so important in my young age, when I come to middle age, yes, they are all important, no doubt, but it is not the alone. There is another part of life we feel, and we are little old, and we are in retirement age of 60 plus, 70 plus, our priorities will change. Many times if we feel, oh, during my young age or middle age, I gave unnecessary importance to him or her, or I gave unnecessary importance to, such thing. So why? Because of wrong perception, wrong understanding about life and necessities, I wasted my life. This is in the mundane life. Same thing with the spiritual life also. So I think that this is right, that is right, and God is like this, world is like this. We keep on, world is true, we think that, but it is not so. So our Vedantic journey starts with Viparyaya, wrong understanding or wrong thinking. Wrong thinking is a better way of putting. Then what happens? When you study Upanishads, when you study Vedanta, when you hear Vedantic teachings, what happens? Then you will start understanding you had a wrong thinking, or you will start doubting about your understanding till now. I had some convictions, I had some understandings, I had some thinking, but after listening to the Vedantic teachings, I started feeling doubtful. Am I right? Or is the Vedantic teaching is right? I may be right, they are wrong. Or I don't know, I may be wrong, they are right. So I start getting doubt about the reality of the world, or of the God, of oneself, or whatever. Then slowly we will start thinking possibility. Possibly I should be there. My understanding is right. Possibly Vedantic teaching looks like that because it is from Rishis. Their knowledge, their experience, their narrations are right, I think. Possibly, probably, probability. So from wrong thinking, we came to doubtful. From doubtful, we came to probabilities, possibility. Then again, when we go pursue our Vedantic journey, we get conviction. Yes, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Brahman alone is true, the world is an appearance, and there is no essential difference between individual self and supreme self. This is the crux of Advaita Vedanta, non-dualistic philosophy. I get conviction. Okay, the conviction has to be translated into action. I should start practicing it. I should start putting into my life. So when I pursue this Vedantic wisdom into my life, when I start practicing it, at some point of time, we will experience Ahamasmi Brahma, I am that Brahman. Whatever I am saying till now, just as a lip service, now it becomes a part of my experience. Yes, I have understood it. Not only I have understood, not only I have got convinced, rather I have experienced it. I'm experiencing that I'm that Brahman. So there is no doubt. Why? Not because XYZ says, not because Upanishad says, not because my guru said, because that is my experience. It is not just mere conviction. So that's how we end it. We end ourselves. That's the one thing. And also, if you see in the materialistic pursuits, they are all required. We cannot deny them, no doubt. And if people want that alone, Vedanta will say, okay, go ahead, no problem. Only when people want to get out from this duality, ups and downs in the life, happiness, good, misery, good and bad, right, wrong, profit and loss, all these things comes and goes, comes and goes, comes and go. So is there any way where I can come out? Mm, if you want, then Vedanta says yes, there is a an alternative option for you to go beyond all the dualities. For such people only Vedanta can help. Why? Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivek. So then they will ask, okay, I struggle a lot. I spent a lot of my time here, lot of few lives maybe. Now you are giving me, you are going to give a new thing looks like, then why should I pursue yours? If I pursue for some more time, for a good amount of time, and again I may get the same thing. I may land into similar situation. Why should I take spiritual life? Why should I pursue Vedantic life or Vedantic journey? If you ask, the Upanishad says because it is defect free. In the world, in the mundane life, how much ever I may strive, how much ever I may achieve or attain, that is not defect free. It has got defects. I am becoming the millionaire. But am I free from all the problems? No. I've got always, there's a problem that whom someone might take away my position, someone might supersede me, or there can be a loss, there can be a wrong decision, or there can be problem in the market, share markets or the market with competitions, unhealthy competition. I may go down from the first position to fifth position. So like that, there are so many challenges, so many limitations, so many defects in that, in the worldly pursuits. But in the Vedantic pursuit, which is called Brahman, which we are going to attain, in of course in the limited sense, that is a defect free. It is complete in itself. I want to be happy at all times. I want to be blissful at all times. So through the money, name, fame, power, position, I tried, but they all give some satisfaction. All of them give some happiness, but not everlasting happiness, not unalloyed bliss. But whereas Brahman can give you unalloyed bliss or everlasting bliss. That doesn't mean that we are undermining the world, we are undermining the worldly pursuits, we are not undermining any of them. They are all necessary, no doubt, but they are limited in nature. If you want the unlimited Ananda, Paramananda, we say supreme bliss, Paramananda or everlasting bliss, then you come to Vedanta, which is nothing but attaining Brahman. So that's why one has to take the Vedantic journey to attain Brahman. Again, attaining Brahman means what? To experience Brahman. To experience Brahman means what? Only removing the misconception or a wrong understanding, that's all. I am not going to attain any new thing here because already I am that. Then why am I not able to experience? I am experiencing it also, but in a wrong way because I have mixed up things. I mixed up Brahman with world and our mind or whatever. That's where we are unable to. So Vedanta will make you to remove the wrong understanding or misconceptions. Just like Rajju Sarpa. There is only rope. There was rope, there is rope, there will be rope only, rope alone. But unfortunately, because of some ignorance, I mistook it as a snake. As a result, I shouted, I got fear, my blood got boiled, and my BP got raised, and I had sweating and all. Then I shouted. A person came with a lantern, and when I said snake, 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 he said, where? The corner. Then he put the lamp and he shows, oh my dear, it is not the snake, it is the rope. That's what the guru. And the scriptures are nothing but the lantern. So with the help of, because guru says that, oh, it is a rope, not a snake, then you'll say, no, I have seen it is a snake, it is not a rope. Then with the help of light, it is easy for him to make us understand and to remove the misconception. So the person who is showing that it is a rope, not the snake, is a guru, and the lantern is nothing but the scriptures. So in the light of scriptures, we can remove our misconceptions better with the help of guru. Guru and the lantern both are important. So Latin here is what? Scriptures. So why should we study Vedanta? Why should you pursue the Vedantic journey? Because it is defect free. It is complete in itself. Now someone might say, oh, I don't want that, I should not be born. I want to born again. If you say Vedanta never stops you, okay, go ahead. If you don't want to be born, yes, Vedantic, you can also take up that call. But now I will realize who am I, but I will come back and I will try to serve the society, serve the people, which is called Bodhisattva in the Buddhism, Loka Sangraha in the Gita language. If anyone wants, yes, they also can do that. But most of us, we don't want. We want to end this suffering. We want to happy at all given point of time. For that, Vedantic journey is the best way. What is that? Understanding who am I, experiencing who am I. That's why we need a self-enquiry. And you understand Vedanta and why do we need Vedanta and etc. Okay. Now, Katha Upanishad has got 2 chapters. So here it is called Sanskrit. In that Sanskrit chapter is called Adhyaya. So basically there are only 2 Adhyayas. But each chapter has got 3 sections. Sub-chapters or sections, you can say. It is Sanskrit, it is called Valli. So 2 chapters and 6 Vallis are 6 sub-chapters, 6 sections. Each chapter has got 3 sections. Okay. And totally we have got 119 verses. For just to remembering it, to make you easy, you can also think that 120, including Shanti Mantra, you can say 120 verses, so that it will be easy for you to remember. Now, as you know, every Upanishad will have a Shanti Mantra, peace chant. For the Katha Upanishad, it is Sahana Bhavatu. Because it's a part of Krishna Yajurveda, so it is for Sahana Bhavatu. Okay, why should we chant Shanti Mantra, peace chant? So at the beginning and at the end, generally they chant the peace chant. Why? Because they say 2 things. One is to remove the obstacles. Here obstacle is what? I may study the Upanishad from the first to the last class. Sometimes it happens. People come for 1 or 2 weeks or 1 or 2 class or 3 class, 5 class. Then they will drop. They say, oh, I'm not interested. Or I have got some other thing. My interest has been shifted. Or my interest has been died out. All these things can happen. These are all obstacles. Or I'm interested, but because of my other commitments, I'm not able to. I am interested, I am able to, but there's an internet problem. There's a power cut problem. So some other obstacles, some problems can come. So we need a Krupa, Bhagavad Krupa, Ishvara Krupa, Guru Krupa, and Mano Krupa. Mano Krupa is one's own mind's blessings. So all these things, to remove all type of obstacles, we do the peace chant. And by removing obstacles, fine. I don't have any problem. I don't have a time problem. I don't have internet problem. I don't have any other commitments. Everything is available, but I'm not really interested. I'm not really pursuing my journey. So that is also can happen sometimes. So once if I take a task, let me able to complete it. So one is free from obstacles. To get rid of obstacles, we do the peace chant. And the second is whatever the task I have taken, let me be able to complete it. Let me able to complete the task. For both reasons, we do the peace chants. So they say Drushta Pratibandha, Adrushta Pratibandha. So seen obstacles and unseen obstacles. To clear all these things we do. Sanavatu mantra, most of you know, so I need not to repeat it, and it is very famous, we all chant. But it is one of the beautiful, very unique mantra, Shanti mantra, among all the Shanti mantras. Why? Because in the most of the Shanti mantras, we pray for physical health. Apyayantu bamangani, vak pranaschakshotramato balamindriyani. So, mama sarvanga, all my limbs, all my body organs, parts of the body, let it be healthy. For example, or let me be healthy, let me be wealthy, let me be peaceful, let me hear good things, all these things like Bhadran Karane Vishnuyama Deva in that. But here in the Sahanavavatu, the mantra is very beautiful, is they are very, concentrated and very particular about the study and the completion of the study. That's why it is very unique, though it is very simple, often quoted, often chanted mantra, but it is very unique in its kind, nature, let us see. Sahana Vavatu. So when you split it, it becomes Saha Nau Avatu. Sahana Vavatu is a one word. If you split it, it becomes Saha Now Avatu. Avatu means may he protect. He means who here? He means the Lord, Supreme Self, or Ishvara. Ishvara means not Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, not Ishvara. Ishvara means God, that's all. God with a caps G. Any God you can take. Avatu, may he protect. Now means both of us. Who is both of us? Me and my friend, me and my husband or wife, me and my son or daughter, or me and my neighbor. Here, both of us means who are these two people? Me and who? Of course, I will be included, I suppose. Who else? Who is another one? Who is the lucky one? If you ask, both of us means here the teacher and the disciple. So the disciple is praying for the Guru's sake also. Why? Because of him, I'm getting the teachings. So he may be also protected. I come to class, my Guru has not come to class. He has met with an accident. Or is not well, he couldn't come. Or some reason he has been held up, he didn't come. Then class cannot happen. As a result, Guru is also necessary. So for the sake of Guru's health or whatever, I am praying. Again, we will say for what sake we are praying for Guru and student, we will see. Saha. Saha means together. Together. So Sahana Votu means together, both of us together, may he protect. May the Lord protect both of us together. Okay. Sahana Vavatu. So Saha now Avatu. Okay. Sahanau Bhunaktu. Sahano Bhunaktu. Saha now Bhunaktu. Saha means together, you know already. Now means our or both of us. Bhunaktu means may he protect or may he nourish. So may he nourish means may the Lord nourish us. Okay. Sahana Vavatu, Sahano Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai. So Viryam means what? Let there be sufficient effort. Let me be sufficient vigor. I should have some strength to complete any task. If I'm a weak-minded fellow, I will not be able to. So Viryam means one is sufficient effort or even vigor. There should be some zest, some life in our pursuits, vigor. So in the commentators or Shankaracharya gives the commentary here. They says the inner power or ability to achieve one's intended aim or goal. Here, what is our intended aim or goal? To study Katha Upanishad. So that is our aim or goal now. At right given point of time, I should be able to make it complete. So Viryam, Saha may we put forth. It is not only teachers should strive, it is not only students should strive, both of us we should strive. Teacher also should prepare himself properly and he should come to class. And not only teacher, student also equally should prepare and he should come to class. We sincerely try to listen and we go back and we don't read about it. We don't recall, we don't do any homework. Again, whenever the class is there, again we come with a blank mind or some understanding. No. So when you come to the next class, at least few 3 to 5 mantras, at least we should read and come. You might understand, you might not understand. You might understand little, or you might understand wrongly also, never mind. But at least we should read and we should try to understand little and come back. Then what happens when the Acharya explains, then your understanding gets confirmed. If you have got proper understanding, it will be confirmed. If not, wherever you have got a wrong understanding, that will be corrected by the Acharya or the Guru. Or if not, now you have not understood, your mind will be automatically active to understand. I didn't understand, what does it mean? Now let me hear here. So your mind becomes alert, active, concentrated. So then the teachings can go much deeper. So Saha Viryam Karavavahi means may we both of us put sufficient effort to complete the task. It also can be extended to Brahmagnana, attaining Brahmagnana. Guru is helping us to go to attain Brahmagnana, and Shishya also has to prepare his mind, prepare himself to get the Brahmagnana. Okay. Sahaviryam Karabhava Tejasvi Navadhitam Astu. So when it splits, Tejasvi now Adhitam Astu. Tejasvi means effective. Now Adhitam Astu. Astu means maybe. Now both of us, Adhitam, learning. So Tejasvina Vaditamastu means may our learning be effective. Oh Swamiji, you gave a beautiful explanation. Fine. What did I tell? Oh Swamiji, you should not ask. Why? Because we are not able to recall, we are not able to repeat it. If you say that you have understood Upanishad or any concept, you might be not good at communication. You might be not very good at language, but whatever is possible, we should be able to communicate. If your understanding is clear, you will be or I will be able to communicate. So that is one of the tests for our understanding actually. So may our learning be effective means we shall put sufficient efforts, and not only that, we shall understand things. I've studied Mundaka Upanishad, I've studied Prashna Upanishad, I've studied Dakshinamurti Stotra, I've studied now Manisha Panchakam. What did you study there? We may scratch our heads. We may not be able to remember every point, every part of it, no doubt, but overall gist we should be able to remember. For that, we should do some homework. Ma vidvishavahaihi. It is also very important. Let us not distance each other. Let us not hate each other. Oh, he's like this, he's not like this, and all like that. There can be ego issues, there can be emotional differences, or whatever. That can be misunderstandings and all. Let them not have. Because why? Because a relationship with the guru or acharya is very, very important. It may not be with other things. So when you are studying physics with a teacher and he's telling, you might listen, you might not listen, or whatever he may be, you don't care, but just you take the knowledge. But in the Upanishads, in the spiritual life, it is not. It doesn't happen that. Or just I am going to listen his classes or whatever, but I don't care who is he, what is he, and all. It doesn't happen. In the spiritual life, the guru's life, personality, conduct, all these things matters. And our Shraddha also will matter so that we can become better human beings, or we can understand things and we can progress in our spiritual life. So Mavidvishavahai means let us not hate each other. Let us understand each other. We may have difference of opinions. We may have difference of points, viewpoints. Oh, Guru, you said this, but I don't think that this is right. This is what my view. That's all fine, but we should not hate each other. Yeah. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. That when you split it, it becomes Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi. When you continuously chant, it becomes Om Shantish, Shantish, Shantihi. So sometimes people chant Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. If you chant just Shanti, 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 that means it is a wrong pronunciation. There is no Shanti. Either Shantihi, 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 or Shantish, Shantish, Shantihi. Because when you Visarga is there, then afterwards Sha is there, it becomes off Sha. Anyway, that's all Sanskrit rules. Now, why we chant 3 times Shanti? Because all our problems, troubles, struggles, problems we say. So the scriptures have classified into 3 types, into 3 categories. One is Adhyatmika Tapa, means because of fever, headache, or because of my own karma. I ate overeating, I have got a stomach problem. I ate something which is not conducive to my body, I had a gastric trouble, or I got a cold, or I had a imbalanced life. As a result, I had a lack of sleep, headache, or whatever. So it is because of one's own actions, whatever we face, problems, that is what Adhyatmika Tapa. Then the other is Adi Daivika Tapa. Adi Daivika means obstacles from gods and goddesses. Then Adi Bhautika means it is from demons, natural forces, or from celestial beings like Yaksha, Gandha, Gandharva, Kinnara, all these things. So I may get problems from natural calamities like heavy rain we have got. So because of that, I may not be able to attend the class. I'm not be able to come physically, means to say. So all these type of things can happen. So all our problems can be categorized into these 3 categories. Let all these 3 may be subsided or nullified. Then why we chant Om? We all know that Om is because it is remembering the Lord's name. It is a Lord's name. Tasya Pranava Vachakaha. I think in the Tasya Vachaka Pranava, in Patanjali Yoga Sutra, Patanjali says, he has been referred as, he has been called by the Omkara. Omkara is the name for God. So Om here we are saying you are remembering Ishvara. You are trying to remember Ishvara so that your life will be better. You will be free from all the obstacles and other things. Om Shantihi, Shantihi, Shantihi or Shantish, Shantish, Shantihi. So this is the overall understanding about the Vedic wisdom and also an introduction to Katha Upanishad. So from next week onwards, we will start reading the Katha Upanishad, understanding the Katha Upanishad. So first few shlokas will not there be much philosophical. It is only a story of Nachiketa actually. So there probably we may go a little fast if possible. Then after I think 17 or 20 shlokas, really the philosophy starts. Then we will be going a bit slow. So at least 5 or 6 slokas or maybe 10 slokas initially. I don't know how I will be also going fast or how much we'll be able to do. At least 5 or 6 slokas you try to read, try to understand with a simple meaning. And if there are deep meanings available, books are also available. If possible, try to read and come. Any author you can read. Chinmayananji, Rangnathanji is there, Sharvananji is there. Simple meaning, of course, there. In there, maybe in Gita Press book. Any book fine, you try to read, try to understand at least the word meanings and the running meanings of the slokas, and with the preparations what we discussed in the previous class little. If you come with that preparations, then definitely the classes will be much more beneficial and useful. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Yeah, if you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
So, Swamiji, we are moving to 8 p.m. on Tuesday.
Tuesday, 8 p.m. Okay.
Yeah, just wanted to confirm that to you and everybody else here also. We can start the coming Tuesday or the next Tuesday, whatever works for you.
Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, next Tuesday is okay for me.
Yeah, so we can start 4 days from now.
Yeah, so it will be 8, isn't it?
No, 15th, I think. Today is 10th. 8 p.m., yes.
8 p.m. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Oh,
I checked
14th of October.
Yeah, 14th
Yeah,
October.
14th. It is 14th. Yeah.
Okay, Swamiji.
Yeah.
Maharaj, can you define that how many number of slokas we should be ready with when we come to the class? If you can actually give us some syllabus, it will be easy for guidance.
Say, yeah, I mean, maybe 5 to 10 slokas, 5 slokas at least. Yeah, 5 to 10 slokas is better. See, and also I always suggest at least one should study the first chapter when you take. If not at a time, 1 or 2, 3 days, or maybe in few days, we should study the entire one chapter at least. So we will have a overall picture of that what is there in the chapter. Then we'll be going sloka by sloka. We'll be able to connect it actually. So one chapter at least we should study, read what is happening. Then, okay, now I'm 6th or 7th, 8th sloka I'm studying. First sloka onwards, just we should try to rebrush and between whatever we are discussing, and again few slokas advanced. If you go like this front and back, front and back, front and back, then our understanding gets much better and it gets solid. I've read first time, I understood little. Then I heard class, yes, I understood little more better. Then if I don't read or if I don't rebrush, I might forget. So that is called Ganapata. In chanting style, they go front and back like Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, Om Namo, Om Namo, Om Namo Bhagavate, Om Namo Bhagavate, Namo Bhagavate, Om Namo, Namo Bhagavate, Namo Bhagavate, Namo. Like this, they go front and back. Because in those days there were no books. They did like this Ganapata. Because of that going front and back, in their memory, the slokas were, it's established completely. So I suggest completely like 5, 6 slokas you read, then we'll be able to finish fine. Then when we go to 6th and 10th sloka, you don't remember, leave completely. At least you should be able to make your own notes, or just you should have a glancing the earlier slokas, the present slokas and further slokas few. if possible, then what happens? Your understanding becomes much better and it gets solid actually. Yeah.
Pranam Maharaj.
Yeah. Okay, I suppose no other questions.